Micron's, can you pronounce Sanjay, whatever, and then NVIDIA's Jason Hong. Taiwan's semiconductor previously disclosed $12 billion investment plan to build its first factory in Arizona that was slated to manufacture 5 nanometer chips and later changed to 4 nanometers, with the mass production expected in 2024. Construction and second site that will make 3 nano chips, meter chips, the tiniest die shrink available today, will start in the coming year, with production set to begin in 2026. Once the plants come online, they are expected to deliver enough chips to meet U.S. annual demand of 600,000 wafers per year. No idea what all that stuff means. Nanometers, 3 nanometers, 4 nanometers, wafers. Whoa. Sounds very techy to me, if you ask me. But then that's what runs our cars. We found that out. Can't buy a new car without these chips anymore. It runs your phones, runs your cars, runs everything. All right, we're range bound here. You definitely don't want me to give you commentary on chips, that's for sure. 95, a little support. Again, just keep your stops in place. I'm not going to tell you anything you don't know, because, we never know how slow it is. It's just slow. It is the foundation of our personal electronics and also the future of quantum computing and A1. Said some guy that that's the definition of supply chain resilience. We won't have to rely on anyone else to make chips we need. Okay, there you go. All right, market dripping down here a little bit. Little support there at 95. Again, depends on how aggressive you want to be and how many contracts you trade. Everything is based on your risk tolerance, not mine, not nobody else's. I got down to 96 area. Okay, coming down here to 95. See what it wants to do here. And 2 or 3 points these days feels like a lot, right? Considering how tight the ranges are, right? You got 2 points on a 12 tick range is what, 17% of the range, I guess. Doing some quick math, maybe less, I don't know, 15, 16%, I don't know, whatever, something like that. All right. Again, just make sure you take what the market gives you. Don't try to, outsmart the market sometimes, especially when it's slow. You know what I mean? So, coming down here, got down to 3 1/4. Just kind of floating back here again. Make sure you keep your stop in place. $20 today is 200 back in the 80s. I don't know about that, but okay, I believe you. You mean in the market? That market kind of floating down there a little bit. Again, make sure you keep your stops in place. We're not loving any trade we put on. Okay, continued the downtick here, hit some stops, got down here, we got 87. Of course, I got 88, and it stops at 88 and a quarter. Perfect. Perfect. That's so nice. Perfect. Well, we're on the same bar, so we'll see what happens. All right, coming down here, testing this. Well, we didn't get to 87 yet, but we're on the same bar, so be mindful of that. All right, now coming down to the 87. See what it wants to do down here. They're just opening up the little floodgates right here, aren't they? This is not fun. Again, we're always like susceptible to what people might be saying. They might be somebody talking that we are not aware of, creating some volatility. So that's why we're always keeping our stops in place. We come down here to 80 now. That's nice. Yeah, that's why we keep our stops in place, because we're not going to love any of these trades, because we never know when we're going to get these little flash moves here that's going to kind of run through these levels. All right, well, we got this one at least. Coming down here, got the 81. This time we got down to 80, 75. Got my 81 in there at least. See if I can get a little bit out of this one. Again, I'm scaling in. It's my top end of my scale, so that's how I usually am scaling in, top, bottom by point. Again, if you get filled on one and you take a profit, you can cancel the other. If you just want to just cancel it altogether, because the risk is that, you don't know why the momentum is creating this move here. That's another choice. Everybody here has choices, right? We definitely have choices. And the volatility is definitely down. And that's why we're getting, this is like the afternoon trade where you get this one-way trade here for, but the volume, especially with the beginning of December, kind of light. So yeah, I keep saying that's why we keep our stops in place no matter what. All right, if you got in here at the 80 area, 81 against our 80, getting a little bit of a rotation here. That's why you got to stay focused. Keep your stops in place, and that way we're not going to get hurt too bad. If we get run over on one or two of them, the third one worked very nicely here, giving us a little bit of a rotation. Again, if you didn't get the 80, then it's okay. Just it's a lot riskier right now. Obviously, if I said 81 would have been better, but I can't be perfect. but hopefully we're able to at least jump in there a little bit. Quickly moving market, very surprising considering how slow it's been, but this is what happens. You get these like, quiet trades, and all of a sudden it extends here a little bit. I could not have seen it move down here. Not really. I don't. Not really. Didn't see any reason to sell it there. Just it was hard. It would have been hard to just say let's get short there because it was really doing nothing. All right, nice rotation there against the 80 area, and make a little bit of money back from that. Was 87, which kind of ran right through. But nice little opportunity there if you did jump in there at the 80 area. All right, nice little pop there. Gonna make up a little bit, almost a lot of that money that we kind of got run over on the 87. If you get stopped out, you got to get back in. That's the whole. Even if you didn't get stopped out, if you scaled 87 and 80, then you did okay there as well. It did happen pretty fast, so maybe some of you did. I don't know. Yeah, not everybody here trades the same. I was out and get back in. That's what I did. All right, let's see here. Let's go talk about. So there's no numbers coming out. All right. Okay, we got a little resistance around the even to 03 area. Here, just a minute. Yeah, you, you should be able to see our screens. Can everybody see his three charts? Somebody's saying that, yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah, the screen should be up there. All right. You can see here we kind of support levels here. A couple support levels that kind of ran through after kind of very, very quiet morning. And then they we got down to the 80 area there. We got down to 80 and change, and then rotated back up. Kind of made up for the 87. Kind of 87 just kind of ran right through there. That was not fun. But again, like I said, that's why we keep our stops in place, especially when it's slow. You just never know when the movement and the market is going to some volatility. Somebody's going to say something. And the other thing you have to remember is that it's very, very thin. I mean, the very light volume is going to, there's not that much volume in there. So you're going to get exaggerated moves just based on that. Our next support level we have is down at 71. Resistance again would be about the even area on the upside, 40 even. All right, we came down there and tested the 80, the low there. Popped it right back up. Sometimes they do that. They go like to test those little spike lows, and that was kind of a spike low, even though it doesn't look like it because of the way it just went down there really quickly. But anyway, we retested. Now, it definitely, obviously, if you got the 80, you're not going to take the 80, right? All right, came back down here. A little bit of pressure on this market all of a sudden. There's really no news. Nothing really created this little move. There's no numbers. Again, the only talk that I heard yesterday for the break was that they think that maybe we're back to 75 basis points moves, and that's because of the bond market. Bond market is really getting us to, and the yield curve has continued to widen in the negative sphere, going down to 82 basis points, which gets us to, hasn't seen this in 40 some years. And again, the bond market is telling us that we're going to have some sort of recession. I keep saying the bond market because that's the one that's what's keeping this market, I think, from going forward. I think it just, the bond market is definitely suggesting the clear terms there's no way that we can get past this, some kind of recession here. All right, continue to downtick, looking at the 71 area now as our next support level. So the only thing I could say about it is that they were talking yesterday more and more about how it just seems like, and then the 75 basis point number comes back into play yesterday. I don't know why, especially since he said that they were going to, look to decrease, but it's what it is. So we got 71 here, which is our next support level. Then below that, 62, and I'll give you a couple more underneath, 53 and then 42. So below 71, we got 62, 53, and 42. All right, market under a little bit of pressure here, at least for the time being. All right, we've come down here to the 71 area now. Got down, of course, to 175 here again. Hopefully you are scaling in here a little bit because we're not perfect. There's their quick 2 points there to the 74. Should have got them. Now we're just, again, just take some profits here. Oh, you're almost there, Frank. Almost. And they did pop right up to 74 here against at 72. So be a little bit careful there. And then we're still on the same bar. Got down to 1.25 again. So if you have 71 and you didn't get them, obviously they're not good anymore because we did come down here to 70. 1.25 here, and then the bar's closed. So be a little bit careful there if you're going to take. If you have 71, not as strong as it was. I mean, we're not getting any big rotations here off of our levels, but at least we got a quick 2 points there. The 80 area worked all right. That got us a nice. Well, if you got in at 80 and 81, obviously. All right, so now we continue to that. We gave you some levels to the downside here. We gave you 62s next, and then 53, then 42. All right, market is just all of a sudden is under a little bit of pressure. No news or nothing, just kind of selling it off here. Support there at the 63 now. I have 62. Sorry, I'm so used to well, most Frank's number. All right, we're continuing to be under a lot of pressure here. I've been trying to find out if there's any news that came out that gave us this little move here to the downside. I can't find anything, but yeah, it is what it is. I heard that JP Morgan said that they're expecting a recession mild to severe in 23. They didn't say which quarter. So who knows? Again, the bond market is just, again, I keep saying that the bond market is telling us one thing, even though the stock market was up, but that was 2 days ago, and now we're coming back down here. So the stock market might be reacting to that a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, well, we came down to 65, popped it back up here, still staying on the lows. I can't find any news here as to why we are kind of just maybe just the bond market is just kind of just the overlaying factor here that underlying, overlying, whatever, factor that's creating this volatility here. Thanks there, Philip. You have a good one. Hey, we're just kind of hanging that beat. You gotta, again, if you're more risk averse, you got to be a little bit careful there on the 62. It's kind of just setting up, you know, just be a little bit careful. Maybe don't trade as much, trade a little bit there around the 62. See what it wants to do down there. All right, well, we got into a little bit of a range down here on the bottom. It's got to be just, again, talk about keeping your stops in place, keeping them tighter. Um, yeah, you don't, you get these moves here, especially this month of December, you're going to get these little quick moves. Surprise everyone. And we'll see if, again, there was no news. It just kind of made this move on its own.